Existing home sales fall to a 10-year low in September. As mortgage rates soar. CNBC. Sales of previously owned homes fell 1.5% in September from August to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 4.71 million units. Existing homes are selling at the slowest pace since September 2012. With the exception of a brief drop at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. Sales of previously owned homes fell 1.5% in September. Plus 2195 chars. Dame Judy Dench wants, Cruelly Unjust, Season 5 of The Crown, to come with a disclaimer. CNN. Dame Judy Dench has played a British queen before and now she is sounding off about Netflix's popular dramatisation of the royal family. Dame Judy Dench has played a British queen before and now she is sounding off about Netflix's popular dramatisation of the royal family. In a letter to The Times, the revered actress shares her cons. Plus 2353 chars. Live updates. Liz Truss resigns as UK Prime Minister. The Washington Post. The Conservative Party revolt against Liz Truss's brief tenure as Prime Minister comes just a few months after it deposed its previous leader Boris Johnson. British Prime Minister Liz Truss does not have the confidence of her own party, let alone the nation. Since she took office Sept. 9. Her grand financial plan has tanked the British economy. Shushes seen. Plus 446 chars. Georgia health officials warning of widespread flu. 11 alive. Flu activity is already quickly spreading across the state earlier than in previous years. Null. NASA releases stunning star-filled image from Webb Telescope. ABC News. The image captures young, bright red stars within a billowing cloud of dust. NASA on Wednesday released an image of newly formed stars from the James Webb Space Telescope. The image captures nascent, bright red stars within a billowing cloud of gas and dust at an iconic stele. Plus 1371 chars. Iran Olympic chief says no punishment coming for Elnazrakabi. But concern remains. ESPN. The president of Iran's National Olympic Committee says competitive climber Elnazrakabi will not be punished or suspended after competing in South Korea over the weekend without wearing her nation's mandatory headscarf. Seoul, South Korea. The president of Iran's National Olympic Committee said Thursday that competitive climber Elnazrakabi will not be punished or suspended after competing in South Korea over the plus 3362 chars. Intel Core i9-13900K and i5-13600K review. Raptor Lake brings more bite. AnandTech. Null. Today marks the release of Intel's 13th generation Core processor series, code-named Raptor Lake. The first models to be unleashed into retail channels are all overclockable parts. With 6 SKUs acros. Plus 13940 chars. Dow Jones rises as Tesla dives on weak sales. Musk predicts, epic, Q4 Investors Business Daily. Third quarter earnings continued, with results from Alcoa, AT&T, IBM and Lam Research. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose Thursday morning. As first-time unemployment claims fell, Tesla stock dived more than 8% on weak revenue results, even as chief executive Elon Musk predicted an plus 7921 chars. Casey Woods hasn't walked in 4 months following his Bachelor in Paradise injury. Cosmopolitan. Haven't walked in over 4 months. But trying to remain positive. Quote, "In case you've been wondering how Casey Woods is doing after fainting on the beaches of Bachelor in Paradise, the answer is not great. Quick reminder. Casey decided to look like a hero and hopeful. +2195 chars. UFC 280 pre-fight press conference. UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship. Watch the UFC 280 pre-fight press conference live on Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time, featuring main card fighters Charles Oliveira, Islam Makhachev, Aljamain S. Null. Ozempic weight loss. What to know about diabetes injections on TikTok. USA Today. Elon Musk praised Wegovy, and Ozempic has gone viral. Do these diabetes injections make you lose weight? An doctor weighs in. The diabetic drug Ozempic recently vaulted into the public interest searches for #Ozempic have generated more than 350 million views on TikTok, not for the drug's ability to moderate insulin in DIA +5388 chars. First known Neanderthal family found in cave in Russia. The Washington Post. The Neanderthal clan, including a father and his daughter, perished together about 54,000 years ago. According to a study. Comment on this story. Scientists have uncovered for the first time the remains of a closely related Neanderthal clan, including a family, a father and his daughter, in a Russian cave, offering a rare +4392 chars. European Super League. New CEO warns project is very much alive, could relaunch in 2025. ESPN. The Super League project is very much alive, according to Bernd Reichart, the new CEO of the company promoting the revamped plan. The Super League project is very much alive, according to Bernd Reichart, the new CEO of A22 Sports Management, the company promoting the revamped plan. The breakaway competition, which included 12 +2740 chars. Alan Wake Remastered. Launch trailer. Nintendo Switch. Nintendo of America. Null. Tesla stock drops after earnings. And even Musk can't calm the unease. Barron's. Tesla stock drops because the EV company's bottom-line numbers aren't enough to quell investor questions about rising costs and falling demand for new cars. Null. Superstar Halloween Costumes. WWE Top 10. October 20, 2022. WWE. Watch the coolest and funniest times that WWE superstars wore costumes and character-inspired gear. For Halloween, stream WWE on Peacock. https://pck.tv/3xp0iwp. Null. Existing home sales fall to a 10-year low in September, as mortgage rates soar. CNBC. Sales of previously owned homes fell 1.5% in September from August to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 4.71 million units. Existing homes are selling at the slowest pace since September 2012, with the exception of a brief drop at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. Sales of previously owned homes fell 1.5% in September. Plus 2195 chars. Something toxic flourishes in your brain after too much hard work. Science alert. A long day in the office can leave you empty of energy and overcome with desire for TV and a takeaway. A long day in the office can leave you empty of energy and overcome with desire for TV and a takeaway. But you've been sitting down all day. So why do you feel as tired as your friends who have fizzy? Plus 6291 chars. NASA just unveiled an epic 12-year time-lapse of the entire sky. Science alert. NASA continues to outdo itself with the majestic images of space that it keeps releasing, but even by the agency's high standards, a 12-year time-lapse of the entirety of the night sky is an impressive achievement. NASA continues to outdo itself with the majestic images of space that it keeps releasing, but even by the agency's high standards, a 12-year time-lapse of the entirety of the night sky is an impressive. Plus 3257 chars. How Manchester United and Erik ten Hag won the tactical battle versus Antonio Conte and Spurs. ESPN FC, ESPN UK. Gab McCarthy and Julian Lorenz break down Manchester United's win over Tottenham on the Gab and Jules show. The pair explain how Erik ten Hag got his tactics. Null. This is good for everyone. I913900K versus Ryzen 979500X. Hardware Canucks null. What a record 8.7% Social Security cost of living adjustment could mean for taxes on benefits. CNBC. Social Security beneficiaries stand to get the biggest cost of living adjustment in 40 years in 2023. Experts say that calls for some strategic tax planning. Retirees who rely on Social Security benefits for income will get some relief from record high inflation when an 8.7% cost of living adjustment kicks in next year. But two factors the size of Medica. Plus 6146 chars. How Matthew Perry's hellish colostomy helped him kick his drug addiction. Page 6. And a little window opened. And I crawled through it. And I no longer want OxyContin. Perry recalled of his therapist's comment that would get him sober. Matthew Perry said having to use a colostomy bag, an external bag for feces to be stored, for a year helped him kick his drug addiction. The Friends alum revealed that his gastrointestinal perf. Plus 1966 chars. Intel Core i9-13900K and i5-13600K review. Raptor Lake brings more bite. AnandTech. Null. Today marks the release of Intel's 13th generation Core processor series, codenamed Raptor Lake. The first models to be unleashed into retail channels are all overclockable parts, with 6 SKUs acros. Plus 13940 chars. U.S. health officials probe Boston University's COVID virus research. Financial Times. Inquiry launched into whether study that created artificial form of disease should have gone through more checks. U.S. health officials have launched an inquiry into a controversial study by scientists at Boston University who created an artificial form of COVID-19 in a laboratory. The National Institutes of Heal. Plus 4714 chars. Scientists transformed pure water into a metal. And there's footage. Science alert. Pure water is an almost perfect insulator. Pure water is an almost perfect insulator. Yes. Water found in nature conducts electricity, but that's because of the impurities therein, which dissolve into free ions that allow an electric current. Plus 3710 chars. NBA takeaways. Zion Williamson a force on opening night. Ben Simmons not so much. LeBron not enough for Lakers. CBS Sports. DeMar DeRozan joins Michael Jordan in Bulls history. Rudy Gobert saves Wolves. And Atlanta's new backcourt goes off. The 2022-23 NBA season is underway. After Boston defeated Philadelphia and the Warriors walloped the Lakers on Tuesday, we saw a full slate of games on Wednesday night. Here are some of the biggest plus 8649 chars. Google is making messages even more like iMessage, but still won't get you that blue bubble. Android police. Null.